Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video, I'm talking about natal Sun conjunct to Pluto. So, if you were born with the Sun conjunct to Pluto in your natal chart or you know someone, this video is for you. So, this powerful aspect shows someone who feels that they have a big destiny in life, and I really do believe that is true with the Sun conjunct to Pluto. The Sun conjunct to any planet except maybe Neptune shows that the ego force is very strong. Like there is a developed ego, and there's more of a knowing of who you are versus, different aspects to the sun, like squares or oppositions. Like the conjunctions to the sun show that like there in some cases is like an overdeveloped ego even. Now, with Pluto, the ego is constantly seeking to transform itself and to hold on to a feeling of power and significance. Now, this is an aspect that can show that there is a destiny to, even impact a lot of people, like fame. If this conjunction is in like the 10th or the first even, it can show that there is a big destiny to like be a big powerful presence in the world. And so this aspect can show up in the charts of people that are very well known powerful people. Now, usually in most of the other houses though, the power is, it's more hidden. Like, so these can be people at the top that are like more hidden from the public eye, because Pluto does represent secrets and power in a more less overt way as well. But they do strive for significance, probably more than any other placement in the natal chart. People with the Sun conjunct to Pluto are like born knowing that they have a big destiny and they're meant to live out their dreams, and the dreams will correlate too with the rest of the chart, but the sun's sign and Pluto's sign will show the nature of the ego that is wanting to be seen by others in this powerful light, whether that's in the realm of fame or just in a more day-to-day level, like in their family they want to be known as the leader, right? And it's quite likely, so the sun represents the father in astrology. The father could have been someone who was powerful or even famous, or he really instilled this feeling of significance into the child, and he definitely was a powerful force in the child's ego or identity. Now, if there's other aspects of the sun that are favorable, this will show that this instilling of power was in a more positive sense. Now, if there's other aspects to the sun that are difficult, it could be in a more negative sense. But the father is like a paramount energy to the person, whether for positive or negative. That's not necessarily shown by this one aspect alone, because it could be either, and it probably is likely a bit of both with the Sun conjunct to Pluto. There's definitely a father issue. He could have been very scorpionic or plutonic in nature, and you want to look at like, yeah, the sign and the house placement of the sun and Pluto to see more of the picture about this father, and also the other aspects to the sun as well. And not that the sun is the only planet representing the father, but it is a big one, so that is definitely an issue here. But you could also see with this like an idolization of the father, where the father was such a big impact, and really looked up to a lot, and one of the biggest inspirations for the Sun Pluto conjunct person. So you could see that, or you could actually see the opposite as well. So it's just a very significant energy around the father. So the sun is really like from a spiritual level, the sun is like the father aspect of God, the masculine energy, in us, and the moon will represent more of like the mother, like the divine mother, nurturing energy. So when you have the sun conjunct to Pluto, as a parent, you can definitely shine through your children and be, very proud, very like this is a focus. Fathering in general is something very significant. So it's like you might have this desire to be better than what you experienced, or if you did experience a positive relationship with a father that you idolize, you want to continue the legacy. This aspect shows that you want to leave the world with a legacy. You don't want to just exist. Like, there is such a strong desire for significance, and there really is such a strong creativity and leadership when we have the sun conjunct to Pluto. Like, these people, it's such an interesting blend of like Scorpio and Leo when we have the sun conjunct to Pluto, because on the one hand, these people are like more Scorpio than actual sun Scorpios, but on the other hand, they're like shiny Scorpios, like Leos. Like, they want to be seen for all that. They want to be known for something. They want to be somebody. And there's such a strong drive for that. And because of the power and potency of the conjunction, it is quite likely that they will leave their name on the world, or leave their mark on the world. Like, their name will be known. Their name could even be like, yeah, like a well-known name in the world, like I said, with fame. And this is something that they do have like manifestation power for. And it is a lifetime where I don't recommend shrinking down. Like, they really need to accept and own their bigness and their leadership and their massive light and transforming power. These people are natural healers. They really have a powerful energy. They have a captivating energy. People can be very obsessed with them. People can be very attracted to their magnetism because they have a very powerful masculine energy. They have a very powerful sexual energy, although they are more deep in the realms of sexuality. And of course, you'd have to look at like Venus and Mars more for sex, but they do, because Pluto is kind of like the eighth house related kind of sexual energy. They definitely have like a sexiness and a charisma, and you could say really that it's coming from like the pure unadulterated life force energy that they have because of this conjunction. It's just like a power and potency. So they definitely have a power and charisma, and they're aware of this. The sun is a planet where we're more aware of what we're projecting out. We're kind of like our conscious ego, right? So they can definitely use that to their advantage, especially women too. With this conjunction, are quite aware of their sexuality in a more overt kind of way. There can be less shame in that area. Women with this conjunction will tend to attract or be attracted to men who are very dominant and scorpionic, and then that is difficult because we have two people who are like that then. So it doesn't show that relationships are necessarily very easy, although with conjunctions of Pluto, it's like the power is more like it's in a more like single pointed focus, that there's less scattering of energy in romantic relationships. Like, not that they could have Venus, Mars, and Gemini or something, and then there could be like a lot of relationships, but with the sun conjunct to Pluto, it's more likely that there's like a few significant soulmate relationships rather than many, because they do have a very concentrated energy and focus. And this conjunction doesn't really show like as much about love life, but it's like the intensity of focus that they have with their Sun conjunct Pluto, it kind of equals in other areas as well. Even though it's not necessarily directly related to love, it's just like their powerful focus. It's kind of everywhere in their life. It's all areas. It's career, probably the most, and like purpose and energy and light, but it does kind of come out in relationships as well. They can be very dominant. They would do better with someone who is more like a sidekick to them. Um, Unfortunately, they might not want to hear that, but the best type of partner for people with the Sun conjunct Pluto is someone that can, really let them shine and let them be the leader at times. Now, see, women with this placement can have difficulties because they're very attracted to a man who embodies all of that leadership and power, but then they too also share that. So it can be hard to find a balance of like giving and receiving. And um, I think that it's okay, like I said at the beginning, it's okay for you to be big. It's okay for you to be powerful. It's okay for you to shine. And I think like a good match for someone with this personality is someone with more Libran kind of easygoing characteristics, right? For the polarity that we might need here. But I mean, there's exceptions, of course. But yeah, this conjunction also can show powerful psychic abilities, and it can show that like they're able to sense like a collective need. For example, like they can be very inventive. They can see what humanity needs and then have the energy, or at least have the leadership to like go and hire people to invent that thing or make that thing for them. So they're kind of like a director. Like they can see psychically, like in the market, like what is needed, what's gonna like sell, what's gonna make them rich, what's gonna make them powerful, and then they can set up a team and like create that thing. So there's a lot of executive ability, and like they're kind of like, yeah, natural leaders, directors, CEOs, executives. So they're really good at managing people, and they can be disliked for their power and energy as much as they are also attractive for it. Their powerful energy and aura can also be off-putting to people, and sometimes they can be just downright like ruthless, because this isn't like a sentimental or sensitive placement. This is like a very strong ego. This is a very strong power drive, and it definitely can rub people the wrong way, and they can uh, definitely feel like they are the center of the world, which in some sense is healthy. There's that healthy level of like knowing who they are, but it can definitely rub people the wrong way, and they can have as many haters as they have fans. But that's kind of like what a celebrity has. It's like the energy of polarization, and like, yeah, they they can attract negative attention, jealousy, haters, just as much as positive attention and adoring fans with this conjunction. Um, but yeah, it's a lifetime showing that they're made for significance. They're meant for leadership. They're meant for this higher calling. They're going to go through transformations of the ego, and they might have to realize who they are without the influence of the father or the masculine lineage. They will have to transform and realize, yeah, who they truly are. The ego will go through deaths and rebirths. As much as they, have a strong personality, a lot of their personality is based on their like inheritance and their like the father lineage, and they will have to transform that. And they might be similar to them, but they will, like, one of their life's lessons is to cultivate true authenticity and who they really are, and that is going to be the most powerful version that they can be of themselves, is when they're being truly authentic and without fear, just letting themselves shine and be the big powerful persona that they are meant to be. And they can have a piercing, penetrating insight into others, into, like I said, the collective. And that's, a part of where their good leadership comes from, is that ability to like really see things through to the end, through the core of things. They can understand the meaning of like profoundly deep things that other people can't even understand, with just the way that their basic life force energy is. It's like pure power, like I've said. So, yeah, it's not an easy journey with the Sun conjunct Pluto, because of the expression of power that can even be, it can be scary for them at times, and it can definitely be intimidating to others as well. But that's what they're here to learn about. They're here to learn about a healthy expression of power, a healthy expression of ego, and a healthy expression of leadership, and shining in all that you are. And they might have to learn the lessons between a true leader who brings others up with them versus the dictator leader who puts everybody else down so they can be at the top. They might have to learn those kind of lessons with this conjunction, and how to manage those drives for power, and really be a good person in integrity at the same time as being powerful. So I'd love to know your experience of this aspect, if you have it in your natal chart. What's it been like for you? And thank you so much for your requests, you guys. Keep those requests coming, and we'll talk soon. Okay, bye.